Hello YouTube, this is me, Justin Game 44, and my special Dragon Cowper. Today we are both here to review Dragon the Nine Realms, The Tangled Web. Yeah, I said, wait, The Tangled Web? Oh boy, this is going to be a nightmare. Not going to lie. Despite this amazing new look you see, this is honestly an episode that's stuck at the bottom, where, I'm not going to lie, throughout the whole entire series, the 4 seasons we got, this is probably my least favorite episode by so far. But why? Now, I'm going to basically explain it, because I know that's all the question you all want me to answer. So, basically, let's begin. Now, we see Tom and Angel, talking outside, and they're doing well and everything. Of course, they see a bird in the windmill, and they're pretty much curious to see what happens. And what happens here, they decide to go. Over there. Hey, Luke. Sorry, Lucas is with me. If you hear him in the background. But no, D'Angelo said they should get help, but Tom said it's fine, they can do it themselves. And D'Angelo agreed, but Tom almost got himself killed in the process. But D'Angelo's father, out of nowhere, surprises them both, and he's there, grabbing Tom before he could have hit the ground. Now, with this, it's been a while since the last time we have seen him, since in Season 1 he was the security guard, still is. But really, he's disappointed in D'Angelo for doing what he would have normally expected from Tom. And later, Tom and D'Angelo kind of get into a little argument, and then D'Angelo leaves. Later that night, we see what goes on in this episode, and well, it's okay. Basically, D'Angelo's depressed and not really want to eat. And his father brings up there are kids that are starving around the world that would love to eat that. Basically what D'Angelo has on his plate. Mashed potatoes and everything. And basically he leaves. And of course we hear what the parents are saying in the background after he's in the room, where basically his mother says, you know, you used to be like that when you were young. And he says, and that got me into a lot of trouble, he says. Now, by the next day, yeah. Okay, I'm not going to lie though, this is where the episode really starts getting into a big problem. Both D'Angelo and Tom seem not getting along with each other very easily. June and Alex are noticing it, and well, there's this purple thing that's crawling around that no one noticed, or someone does notice, but Tom and D'Angelo pretty much don't care that much, as they're more too focused arguing with each other. Which, in all honesty, this episode just proves how much. What happens is, it's a spider dragon, and I got to be honest, this spider dragon is actually horrible. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually one of my least favorite dragons. Like, if it wasn't for this dragon existing, I would actually say the bubble horn dragons, because there are some weird type of looking dragons, but I know there's going to be a lot of weird creatures that don't really look like dragons, but they're just there, like slugs and all that in Season 3. But we're not here to talk about Season 3 now, are we? This dragon is humongous and big, the size of a human head, and pretty much can use its limbs to wrap around. In this case, it wraps around June's head, and June is panicking as she has a very deep fear of spiders. Tom and D'Angelo apparently still cannot get along and argue during around this is something I really do not like. Basically, Tom and D'Angelo are way too focused on their personal matters that they can't really seem to figure out the problem what to do here. Where they say, no, my idea is better, no, my idea is better. Yeah, you basically get the point. So basically what happened here is that Tom and D'Angelo basically eventually couldn't get so together that they eventually got June and Alex trapped in a web, basically because all this drama, and they can't really think of a real problem. Because more spider dragons come, and the two girls are now stuck in a web, where they're worried they might get eaten when more eggs hatch. And Tom and D'Angelo are going to keep arguing and arguing. And what happened here is, well, this is what happens. Tom and D'Angelo are so arguing. They keep doing this over, and really, it's so annoying. I really did not like looking back at this episode. It was annoying, and then they get trapped in a corner eventually, and there's a web, and the spiders are trying to come after them. And they keep arguing about, and then they bring up the whole entire dad thing, and Tom mentions, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't understand what it's like to have a father." And D'Angelo said, "You said it's not my fault he left you and your mom." Now, I'll admit, when I first heard that, I said, "Yes, we now know what happened." And then later on, I realized, wait, how does he even know that? Like, okay, this is where I'll basically stop for a moment and really start explaining. I'm really just going over those random and not really explaining all the whole thing, but that's because really a lot of this is where Tom and I really just got so bored with this episode and annoyed that Tom and D'Angelo. I've seen this type of concept many times before, but D'Angelo and Tom, the reason why this was really horrible to me, because it's something it's one of those type of episodes concepts I don't like, and it's really boring. But another thing is, Tom and D'Angelo really have not been around that much. Like, we just got started with this. It's only season 2 and it only had 7 episodes. Like I said before in a previous review, season 1 was all about just getting the dragons all together, introducing them, and introduce the rivals and the main characters. That's season 1. Season 2 should be more about adventuring, getting to know more about the characters and explore them. Here, everything is way too rushed. Like, really, I gotta be honest, that was just rushed. Like, every character is now arguing together. Every character is complaining because of their differences, because of this. But in reality, we really didn't get a chance to explore it before it eventually led into this. It would have been better if they had slowly built this up, but sadly, it's all done in one episode. Now, anyway, some people were really hoping, heck, even I, but sadly, no, it did not happen, where Tom actually slapped D'Angelo for saying that. But no, what happened was they got scared by a spiral almost hitting them, and they jump onto the floor, and then they apologize. Now, I gotta be honest, how did D'Angelo know about this? My best guess is that he overheard it, but we never see that either. Like I said in my last review, well, with the whole entire web, not with the webs, I mean with Featherhine, we don't really see what they do in their normal lives, like their problems, their anything they do besides dragons. I mean, I get the point about exploring the dragon world, but we still see things that they would usually do on the surface. There's a lot of concept ideas I could see they could do, but sadly they didn't do it. Now, really, with this whole entire concept we see here, they do apologize and find a way to work together. And once they're able to get out, Featherhine and all the other dragons somehow manage to combine their powerful blast to form a big laser beam and destroy the webs that block them like a force field in a way. They're able to save Tom and D'Angelo, and once this is all taken care of, they are all able to get away from the Spire Dragons and combine their abilities to escape with another combined blast. Now, this is also another thing. Because of this, you would expect we would see something like this again where they need to learn to combine their blasts. Now, this is an episode that really takes an open concept where, okay, these dragons have a very special, powerful ability. They probably will use it again for emerges. Throughout season 3, and the next episode as well, 4, and not even that, season 3 and 4, both those 2 seasons and what we get next, it's something they could have done, but sadly, they never use it like in the case of Emergy, but we never see how these dragons are able to do it. Like, I mean, how did they knew combining their abilities would work? As well, did they actually have trained, or were they practicing to combine abilities together to make a powerful blast? Yeah. Anyway, the episode ends with D'Angelo going back home, and he talks to his dad, where basically, Dad, you're wrong. Tom is not a bad kid or anything. And they both make up, and he realizes, yeah, you're right. And they're happy. The end. And that's pretty much the end of that. Now, okay, some people are probably going to be wondering, why do you keep saying D'Angelo's dad? You just put his name in the comments. Like you remember Wilma. Sorry about that. Because really, I'm going to explain this. Some of the main characters that are the adults in this don't get that much screen time as the kids do that much, so I really do forget their names. Like, I really do remember May, Wong, and Olivia, because really, May is very a short name and quick to say. Like, May and June, because that's literally the 2 names. You got June, who's basically a summer name, and May, a spring name. See? May, June, you get the point? with Olivia, basically, I had to memorize her name as well, but I did got her. Her name was quick to easy to remember because I didn't have to focus on two parents. But also, when it came to D'Angelo and Alex's parents, we don't really see them as much, really. Especially, we don't see that much of Alec, of either June or Tom's parents in the next seasons. I mean, we do when it has something to do with them, but really, we'll only see D'Angelo's dad here or there once in a while, where he makes a quick cameo or in a beginning episode, but nothing furthers the plot, because the whole other thing with the dad problem with him spending time with Tom, that's pretty much taken care of and covered. That's over now. And this is only season 2 and only a little past 10 episodes, and I'm like, what? Really? That's only like 13 episodes here. Now, really, and there was barely anything with it. Now, really, truth is, yeah, I do see a reason why people do not like the series, but still, I do still enjoy this show, and it's honestly a show you can just sit down and watch too. Now, the next one is going to be better at least, but there is still problems with it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this, but until then, this is Justin Game 44 signing out. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye.